Today I'm going to show you a couple of things that I ate when I was in Yosemite a couple weeks ago. You guys have been asking for what I eat in a day video, so here it is. I hope you enjoy. So I have an underactive thyroid and food sensitivities are closely tied to that condition, so I'm not able to eat wheat, buckwheat, gluten, millet, or dairy, and I feel my best when I'm eating a diet rich in whole plant foods. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. This trip was unique because we were only in Yosemite for a couple days and we weren't staying at a campsite where we could heat up or cook any of our food. So I had to really think ahead and bring things that could either be heated up with water or things that we could eat cold. Let's start with breakfast. I love starting my morning with a big, nutrient-dense smoothie, and for this trip I borrowed my sister's big hydro flask so I could have a cold smoothie the morning we got to Yosemite. This thing keeps drinks cold for 24 hours, so I made my smoothie the night we left, right before we left, and I drank it the morning we got there. I know the color of the smoothie is super gross, but it actually tastes better than it looks, I think, because it's sweet because of the fruit, and it keeps me full for a really long time. Another breakfast option I brought along was oatmeal. So although I prefer to shop package free whenever I can, my food sensitivities trigger my autoimmune condition, so I have to be really careful about cross-contamination. So this means that I can't be 100% package free all the time, and I just have to be okay with that. I love this particular brand of oatmeal because everything's plastic free and I can actually compost the oatmeal wrappers. I like to bulk up my oats by adding things like ripe fruit, like a spotty banana, because it's really easy for me to digest, and then I add protein and other vitamins and minerals by adding things like chia seeds, hemp seeds, cacao nibs, and nuts. I also like to eat a Brazil nut with breakfast because they're really high in selenium, which is a micronutrient that's essential for the metabolism of thyroid hormones, which is important for me. And I really do prefer to get vitamins and minerals from food sources over supplementation when I can. Speaking of supplementation, I do supplement B12. Turns out most of us, even those who are eating tons of meat, can be deficient in this vitamin. We didn't do any major hikes on this trip, but even when we're just walking around, I like to be prepared with easy, fast food like fresh fruit, dates with nut butter, or trail mix. And Yosemite has their compost separated from their trash and recycling in most of their restaurants on the valley floor, so this means it was super easy for me to compost my apple cores and orange peels. It's not uncommon for me to eat an entire sliced cucumber or zucchini with pesto or hummus for a snack. I definitely feel my best when I get lots of raw veggies in, as opposed to eating lots of things like tortilla chips or potato chips. Even though I do love those, they don't make me feel my best. For lunch, I ended up making a huge batch of my favorite chickpea salad. It's like tuna salad, but without the tuna, and it's really good. So you just need mashed chickpeas, relish or pickles, veganese, mustard, celery. I also like adding peppers and apples, but I didn't this time around. Dill, onion powder, and salt, and then either the juice of a lemon or a lime. This is the only brand of relish that I use, by the way, because it's actually fermented, so it's good for you and it doesn't have any weird dyes or additives in it, and it just tastes like dill pickles. And you just mix it together. I like to eat this on sliced veggies, and then I had some steamed broccoli in there to have with lunch as well. And I made these oil-free potato chips by just slicing potatoes really thin and baking them until they're golden brown in the oven. Nick prefers tortilla chips, so we buy this brand occasionally because we can recycle it using TerraCycle. And TerraCycle partners with companies to create recycling programs for things that can't be recycled normally. So depending on the product, they'll send you a mailing envelope to collect the packaging in, and then you can send it back to them, which is really cool. I didn't get footage of my dinner on this particular trip, but here's a little recreation for you. I made a few of these salad jars with lots of sliced veggies, beans, quinoa, and lettuce with a side of salsa for a dressing. I had pinto beans on my salad on this trip, not garbanzo, but you get the idea. And I also had a side of roasted onions and potatoes, so just pretend you're looking at that instead of whatever's on the left over there. Quinoa is a seed, not a grain, so I'm able to eat a lot of it without feeling crummy. It doesn't mess with my digestion the way a lot of other grains do. And it's also a complete protein, so it keeps me full for a long time. So that's what I eat in Yosemite. As you can see, I eat pretty simply, just lots of fresh plant foods, and I eat what makes me feel good and nourishes my body. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's the first food video like this that I've ever made for my channel, so be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did like it, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next one.